All right, I want to welcome you to this. What is going on? What is happening? I think I got a squirrel up there. Knock it off! Heard that. All right. Come on, dude. We're going to find out why so many people hate the Stanley FatMax. And why is squirrel throwing pecans down on my top of the barn? All right, I want to welcome you to this episode of BTR Outdoors. And on this episode, we're going to see why so many people hate the Stanley FatMax.
Ooh, good try.
Yeah, can't believe it.
Oh my gosh, you have teeth or something in there.
All right, let me give you a little backstory before we boost this truck engine on this 2000 Dodge Dakota Sport. I've been having some issues with it. It will not, when I turn the key over, it will not do anything, and I will show you that. I replaced the battery a year ago, almost to the month, so it's been exactly 1 year that I've replaced the battery. So I'll probably test the alternator, test the starter. But what I'm going to do first is I have some battery cables that are super loose. So that might be the cause of it, but I'm going to go to the store and grab some replacements and put those on, and hopefully that's it, and we'll just have to see. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic, but I figured this would be a good test to test the Stanley FatMax. And this is a V8. I think the engine's a 315. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not a mechanic or a car person, but it is a V8, and I'll show you that how it boosts this engine. All right, let me show you. Nothing, no clicking, nothing, no lights come on the dashboard. It's completely dead. Okay, I got it hooked up into the battery. It's showing it's got 12.7 volts. So, like I said, I'm not sure what's wrong with it, but all you got to do is turn this into the on position. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's already beeping, and it's giving all my insides lights, I believe. Let's go check it out. Okay, see, I got lights and everything when I got it hooked up to the booster. So like I said, I don't know what's going on. So let's test it to see if we can boost it off. Okay, I had comments that this will not boost off a V8, so let's see. Okay, that's new. Now it will not stay running. It will start. Boosted it off 4 times, but it won't keep running. So I'll have to see what's going on with that. But as for the Stanley FatMax, it works pretty good. It holds the charge forever. So there you go. It will boost off a V8. Okay, let's do the front tire. Let's see. It shows about 8.5 also. Alright. I set it on 28 this time. We'll see what it does. Alright, stop to 28. Okay, so let's talk about maybe the real reason why people hate the Stanley FatMax. Probably it's cheaply made is probably the number one reason. A lot of them have bad experiences. If you just read the reviews on the 4 videos that I've made over the 2 different machines that I've had, most of them are negative reviews where they've had bad experiences, especially with the air compressor. So I can understand that. The first machine that I had issue after issue with the air compressor where I actually had to break it down, find out what the problem was, and it all came down probably to a 5-cent O-ring. And I replaced it with a little bit better O-ring, and it worked for a long time. It finally got where I couldn't keep the O-rings in there anymore, and so had to throw it away. But yeah, that was a bad issue with the Stanley FatMax, is the air compressor. Some people said that it wouldn't boost off anything. Their trucks, especially V8s, it wouldn't do it. But let me tell you about my experience. Well, you know my experience with the first one. Now this second one, I've had it 2 years. I paid around $79 for it. And like I said, it's a lot cheaper than a lot of those out on the market, especially as much as it does. You know, it'll boost off a vehicle. It has a light. It has USB slots. Let's see, it has 4 of them. It does an alternator test, which I'll tell you right now, that's crap. And it boosts off your engine when you need it. So it does a lot, and mine has worked perfect. Number one thing, it holds a charge forever. Man, it can go 3 or 4 months. I hadn't even touched it, and it will boost off a truck just like that. No issues at all. I've never had any kind of issues, knock on wood, with the air compressor. It airs up truck tires, car tires, lawnmower tires, bike tires. I carry it in my vehicle all the time, my work vehicle, because it is older, and it saved me a lot of money where I could air up something or boost something off without having to, tow my car and spend the money on that. When we go on trips, I'll swap it over to our other vehicle, and just for having that safety. Mainly we use it when we go camping just to charge up all of our phones and battery banks and stuff like that. It's just nice to have. It's a little bulky, but it does a lot. I'm okay with it for the price. I know it's a little bit cheaper made, but the price is a lot lower than a lot of them on the market. So to me, I have not had any issues with my new one. And like I said, for 2 years, it's been going strong. I use it all the time. No issues. Stanley doesn't sponsor me. I've never heard from Stanley. The only time I've ever had any kind of interaction with Stanley is with the first one. I sent them an email trying to find parts to fix the air compressor. And they didn't have what I needed or what I wanted. And couldn't find out there was really no warranty on it. So that's the only time I've ever spoke to any representative of Stanley. And don't get me wrong, I understand a lot of y'all maybe can afford a lot better air compressor / booster. But for the money, this one works fine for me. It's done everything. And if it was a piece of crap, I would tell you that it's a piece of crap. Just like I'll say the alternator tester, it's no good. I wouldn't trust it. It won't let me get it ground. It keeps saying it's not grounded and it won't start the test. It's so finicky. I used to be able to use that function, and now it won't let me at all. It just keeps saying, flashing the thing, talking about it's not grounded. So I don't even use it. It's easier for me just to take it to auto parts store and have them check it, and I can really, trust what they're telling me if it's good or not. So I understand a lot of people have some bad experiences with it, and I understand. Only thing I can tell you is the experience I've had, and this one for the last 2 years has worked perfect. Hadn't had any issues with it. The first one, the first machine, it cost me around $40, and I think I got it on clearance, and I think that's why I'm a lot more tolerant with it, because it didn't cost me that much. It would boost off, probably a V6 would be the max that it would probably boost off, but I used it for lawnmowers. Everything that I needed it for, it worked for. And like I said, I kept the air compressor going, but it was a pain in the butt. And like I said, this one, man, I've got my money's worth. I really feel like it already. And so if it can last a couple more years, no issues, I'll be happy. But that's my point of view on the Stanley FatMax. I know y'all have told me some horror stories about your experience with them, and I hate that. And I've also heard some people, say, hey, I haven't had no issues. I can't tell you why that is, why one can be so good and the other one just be, crap. It's just one of those things. Luckily, I got a good one. So I know a lot of people hate on these, but for what I need it for and what I use it for and my experience with this Stanley FatMax, it's working great for me. So I hope that helps you a little bit. So only thing I can really tell you is just go in with your budget, get what you can afford, the best thing that you can afford, and look at reviews, look at different aspects of the machine you're going to buy, and just hope you get a good one. Maybe try to get something with a better warranty, or just go completely different. But that's all I can say. For me, this machine has worked perfect. It's done the job. I've got my money's worth, so that's all I can tell you. So I know there's haters, but if you look, there's also a few that really like the Stanley FatMax. All right, I want to thank you for watching this episode of BTR Outdoors. I hope maybe I answered a few questions. Why do so many people hate them? And there's a few people that love it. And like I said, from my experience, I've had nothing but good experiences with this Stanley FatMax. It's done everything that it's supposed to do. So maybe I just got lucky. I really don't know what to tell you, but I like this product. And if it keeps working, I'll probably replace it once it wears out with another one. Main thing is just the price. You can't beat the price on these things. So I just want to thank you for watching my videos. I know I've been kind of sporadic, so I'm hoping to be able to put out more videos. I'm working on another e-bike video, kind of showing you. I think my next video is going to be, is this bike made for a 6'2" very large person to ride on, like it states that it is. So I'll be showing you that video pretty soon. I'm still working on it. And I will let you know I'm having a lot of fun. It's a fun bike. But I'll kind of tell you some issues that we're having with it, and so stay tuned, and I will see you next video. Y'all have a good one. Catch you later. Okay, some reviews from the Stanley FatMax. These are great when they worked. Mine only lasted a year. Okay. I got mine 2 weeks ago. I want a refund from Stanley. I used it to jump 2 cars, but when I went to use the air compressor, it failed after 30 seconds. Why does it beep? It doesn't stop beeping. It is garbage. Right now the air compressor is going off in my kitchen with a full battery pack and no way to kill it. Do not buy. So you can see, people do not like the Stanley FatMax.